You know you can't control it. Shake that ass and shake that mullet. If you're sexy and you know it, run your fingers through it, pull it. Yeah, you know you can't control it. Shake that ass and shake that mullet.
Hey, Mullet Arnie. I hope the hair is flowing beautifully today. So today for Motivational Monday, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, some quotes, a few stories, other things that hopefully will help you grow and help kill this week and get something done. So let's start off with a quote. Well, it's really, I guess, kind of I wouldn't say a story, but it's not quite a quote from David Goggins. He's one of the top guys I like to listen to. He's a little extreme, but it pumps me up. And of course, I'm not going to do 100 miles like him. I'd be lucky to do a mile. I'm not a runner. Uh, but anyways, so it goes is if you want to be great, if you want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do, you will be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes. It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody that says balance, yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to go that fucking edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question you on everything you fucking do, you've arrived. I know a lot of people do not like cursing, but to me, it does pump me up a little bit, and it really hits what you want to say. It really hits home. If you're just saying certain things, it doesn't seem like it gets the point across. I know a lot, like I said, a lot of people don't like cursing. I do a lot of cursing. I haven't on here, but I do it. I don't know if it's the construction side of me or what, but I do it a lot. So a little bit story about my background. I talked about in the first episode, not anything like this, but when I was a senior in high school, I was wrestling number one in the nation, or not in the nation, in states. I was a did become a 3-time All American, two for high school. Anyways, I was out one night with my girlfriend, who is now my beautiful wife, and some of her friends. We were going to get some ice cream at Dairy Queen. I don't know if everyone has Dairy Queen, but it's an ice cream place. About 8 o'clock, when we got to the parking lot, we started walking in, and all of a sudden, I got circled by a bunch of guys. I found out later that they're a good bit older than myself. Anyways, before I knew it, I got sucker punched from behind, and when it hit right here on the side of my nose and just crushed it over. The guy was behind me. I didn't see it. I do remember dropping to a knee, and remember the only thing I saw was tears. It made my eyes tear up so bad I couldn't see anything. And then they closed in and pretty much started to beat the crap out of me. So Dairy Queen employees came out and said they were going to call the police if we didn't leave. So they all scattered. We ended up going to my girlfriend's house to get cleaned up and call my grandfather to come pick me up, who I lived with at the time, to take me to the hospital because my nose was swollen pretty bad and it was crooked to the one side. I had bruises, cut up, blood, all that. So my grandfather gets there. We start to back out of the driveway, and he's in a kind of it's an S10, but a little bit it's raised a little bit, thank God. And the way it had in the back seats, they were facing each other. So he was in the driver's side, my wife was on this side, and I was on the right side. So he starts to back up, and where the driveway is in the house, there's a little hill. All right. Well, as soon as he sees the lights, he tries to put it in drive and pull back in. And before he knows it, a girl just came out of nowhere and just plowed into him. Uh, so I ended up uh, smashing my face off of the window, off my wife, well, girlfriend at the time, my wife now. Uh, and it just shifted the whole car from we were backing out this way to this way. Um, anyway, so I stumbled out, bloodied again, pretty much in disbelief, like what the fuck just happened? Like, can this get any worse? So like I said, we just got hit by a drunk driver. She was a young girl coming from a party, and of course, the first person to the scene of the accident was her father, who was a police officer. She was on her way home. It was very close. That's a different story. Anyways, the ambulance finally came, put me on a stretcher, strapped me down, and we're off to the hospital. So we get there. I'm in my room. It's about midnight at this point. This time they didn't check on me um, for till about 6 a.m. They left me there. They forgot I was there. So I was strapped, my head strapped, my arm strapped, my leg strapped, my feet were cramping. I mean, I'm pissed off. My mom was there, holding her hands under my heels because they were cramping so bad from getting strapped. It was painful. And time like come in, I mean, I was flipping out. Everyone was pissed off. They didn't really do anything. They asked my birthday, my name, stuff like that. Went like this with a light, checked my nose, no breaks. Blah blah blah. Said go home, rest. So I went home and slept pretty much for 2 days, which was terrible to have done. I mean, after the fact, my eyes were swelled shut. About 2 days later, when I woke up or whatever, and I could see, my wife, my girlfriend at the time, we went to go see the movies. And after the movies, I said, Kendall, which was her name, I said, what did we go see? I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what we watched. I couldn't remember the movie. So after going to a better hospital up in Pittsburgh, I ended up having two fractures in my nose. My cartilage is blocking this nostril. I was supposed to have surgery. I should probably get surgery soon. My breathing is starting to get bad. But anyways, I ended up having frontal lobe damage. I had dropped a lot of classes. I was in some honor classes, stuff like that. I wasn't super smart or anything. But anyways, so I had a lot of issues. Was having issues with impulses. I would cry 1 second, want to smash it the next. I was laughing. It was awful. I was on all kinds of meds. Treated my girlfriend like shit. I admit it. I don't know why she stayed, but she's a saint. Anyways, I wasn't able to wrestle in college, and at the time, that was my life. I was pretty depressed. I hated life. I ended up wrestling my senior, even though I wasn't supposed to. Ended up going 42-2. I lost the state finals, which was my last match ever. I think about it every day, to tell you the truth. 1-0. Anyways, I, I still deal with issues from comprehension. I have to read things sometimes over and over and over to understand. I'll have a word on the tip of my tongue, and I just can't get it out, and it pisses me off so bad. And I try not to let it, but it's so frustrating to have that. And I'm trying to explain it, and it's not coming. And my wife will be, "What are you talking about?" And it pisses me off. My same with my kids, and it just, it's short fuse, and then I feel like shit afterwards because I'm mad and throwing a fit. I've been trying to deal with it. I have trouble concentrating. My mind's going 100 different things. It's hard to focus on one thing. So I've had issues, and I'm not telling you this as a sad sob story or oh pity me or anything. I use it to show that if I can do this and take leaps. Now, I haven't done anything yet, but I'm doing it. If that makes sense, I'm just happy I'm doing it. If I can do it, it means anyone can. Now, I won't lie. I just started this, which I just said. I'm not sure if it will take off, but I'm going to stay consistent, and that's the key. Consistency is key. Some people that I've read or whatever done podcasting for years and nothing, and then all of a sudden, bam, it happens like that. Blogging, stuff like that. So I'm just going to do as much as I can in between working or whatever and stay consistent. Um, so today we did our quote, a little about me. So let's talk about a little about power of the growth mindset. There's two kinds of mindsets: fixed and growth. A fixed mindset means you believe your abilities are set in stone, that you can't change who you are. But a growth mindset means that you can develop your abilities through hard work and determination. All right. Now, I got to tell you, I used to have a fixed mindset. I used to think I was just a regular guy. I still am, but I couldn't do anything special. I didn't know how any skills. I'm not an expert in anything. Why would anyone listen to me? And maybe they won't. But here I am. I just started pushing myself, challenging myself to do things I never thought possible. And you know what? I found out that I was capable of way more than I ever imagined. We always are scared of failing, and we can't be like that. We can't be scared to fail. Failure is a good thing as long as you keep working. You can't fail and then say, "Oh, fuck it, I'm done." You know what I mean? Then yeah, you failed. But if you use it as a learning lesson, a learning experience, then it's not a fail. So if you want to start living with a growth mindset, here's a few things you got to do from research. Embrace challenges. Don't be afraid to push yourself outside your comfort zone. This could be take a class in something you've always wanted to do, pottery, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, wrestling, guitar classes, anything like that. Start a podcast, a website, um, you know what I mean? A number of things, whatever you want to do, but challenge yourself. Go out there and do it. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. All right. Uh, Second, focus on your strengths. Don't waste your time worrying about your weaknesses or things you can't control. Use your strengths to overcome them. We all need to work on our weaknesses. I'm not saying don't work on it, but don't focus on what you can't do, but what you can do. I'll say it again. Don't focus on what you can't do, but what you can do. You can always hire someone to do things you can't do if that's the issue. Uh, the third thing, be kind to yourself. Stop with the negative self talk and start believing in yourself. Stop being a little bitch. I mean, it's plain and simple. Stop being a little bitch. Well, I'm tired today. Well, I don't feel good. Well, I'm not privileged. I don't have a $100,000 job. I mean, that's the inner bitch. You got to stop that. And I'm gonna be real for a second. Like I said, stop making fucking excuses for yourself. I used to do it all the time. I still do, and I'm trying my hardest not to. You got to stop making excuses. I used to do, like I said, I used to do shit all the time, and I'm still working on it. Try looking at the pauses in situations. This is a hard one for me too, because when something seems like it's going south, which I've had tons of issues, which it always could be worse. But right to the problem. What's the fucking problem? You know what I mean? It's not, hey, well, so and so or something happened, but look what happened also. Look at the positive. You try to have to look at the positive in the situation. Fourth, surround yourself with positive people, right? You become who you're surrounded with. So if you're around losers, you're going to be a loser. I mean, that's plain and simple. So make sure you're hanging around people who lift you up. If you have friends, family, or coworkers telling you can't do this or that, it's hard to say, but get away from that negative shit. I mean, keep your distance. You don't need that. You already have that enough in here, right? If I keep thinking it and people are telling me the same fucking thing, I'm never gonna do it. You can't do that. You got to get away from that. Finally, you keep learning. Never stop seeking new experiences. Never stop growing. Be a sponge, not a brick, is what one of my coaches used to tell me. So your mind will try to tell you that you can't do it or you can't go any longer and you can't, and what your body can actually do and go, it can go further than your mind will tell you. Your mind will tell you you're tired before your body actually is. It wants you to quit, especially if it's uncomfortable, especially if you don't train your mind. It's going to tell you to quit. Like I said, your body can go a lot further than your mind lets it. You have to condition your mind. So when you quit, if the workout is hard or whatever it is, or the work is hard, or you can't learn a new skill you want to learn, or no one is listening or buying your products and you say, F it, fuck it, I quit. Your mind doesn't expand when you quit. You give in. When you tell yourself, fuck you, I'm not going anywhere. I'm pushing through here. I'm going to write 2 more articles. I'm going to wrestle 2 more periods. I'm running 3 more miles. I know it's miserable. This sucks. I feel like I'm drowning. I'm not quitting. If you can train your mind to expand it, if you can train your mind, it expands, right? You train it to realize, like, shit, this guy or girl is for real, and you're not going anywhere. We're doing this regardless. You know what I mean? So you got to train the mind. I mean, this is how we can grow, how we can figure it out, which also equates to mental toughness. I tell my son who struggles with mental toughness a lot. He's 14. He would go above and beyond if his mental toughness was there. And we're working on it. He's still young. You need to walk into the he's a wrestler, so I'm using this as my example. You walk into that gym or arena, I tell him this all the time, and say, think to yourself, I'm the baddest motherfucker here. No one can beat me. No one as tough as me. Now, I mean this as a confidence, not cocky. There's a difference. You step on that mat and you don't care who is across from you. It could be Jordan Burroughs, Kyle Dake, David Taylor. You might get your ass kicked, but I'm coming at you regardless, and I'm not backing down. They're going to know you're there. If you can train your mind like that in anything you do, you're going to do great things. And the sad thing is, I don't believe that about myself. And that's the thing. So I'm trying to tell my son to believe in himself and think this way, and I don't think it about myself. How can I teach that? And he probably sees that. He's not stupid. I mean, how can I teach him if I'm that weak-minded? How can I expect him to go where no man will go mentally if I can't do anything mentally? If I can't do it myself? If I'm scared to fail? So if you got kids out there, use that too to push you. Lead by example. You can't be scared. You got to use failure as a stepping stone. If you have failure, you're that far ahead. That means you've tried, you've done something. Now you know what you do and what not to do up to this point. You might fail 100 times. The greatest do, but they don't quit. They don't succumb to that inner bitch, as I said earlier, that says you can't do it. Let's stay in bed an extra hour. It's the damn weekend. Let's take the day off. You can't listen. You can't listen to that inner bitch, because the more you do, the harder it is to push him away. The longer you keep doing that, day in and day out, it's harder to push it away. The harder it is to be someone special. We can all go through life and just be no one, be an average dude, but why? There's so many average guys or girls out there. Let's be something special. It doesn't mean you have to be famous and do all this stuff. Something special to you and to your family. You can relax when you made it also. Like, yeah, I'm tired. It's too hard. I can't work out. I can't write. That's bullshit. You can relax when you made it and then get up and keep pushing for better gains, more accolades, or whatever it is you want to succeed at. Be something you are proud of and that your family's proud of. Be an example to your kids. So many people will make their kids do this or that. In the wrestling community, it's huge. I'm sure everywhere. They'll make them get up early at 4 a.m. These are young kids, work out. They're screaming at them, and they're fucking fat asses, and not all of them fat asses, but and making them do this when they won't do it themselves. How can you do that and not lead by example? So they'll get up early, make them lift or work out or wrestle, go to school all damn day, then go to practice, finish homework, shower, and go to bed. And every day while we sleep in, eat like shit, we barely work, come home, play games, or sit on the couch, play on your phone, watch TV while your kid is being a bigger man than you are. Your kid is being bigger man than you are, or woman. I won't like that. I mean, that was me at one time. I don't there was and I thought about it. I'm like, wow, how fucked up can you be? I'm starting to lead by example. I start out here, come out here, this is where I work out or whatever, and I start working out. And he usually, I don't even have to say anything usually now. He'll come out and start working out with me. It's because I'm doing it as also. You got to lead by example. You can't expect someone like your children or your spouse to do things you aren't willing to do. You can't expect them to do things that you're not willing to do yourself. Stop being a bitch. Be mentally tough. That's right. The grit, the resilience, and determination, that's what it takes to achieve success. You got to go above and beyond what normal people wouldn't do. Now, let me tell you, mental toughness is the key. It's what separates the successful from the rest. See, when you're mentally tough, you can handle whatever comes your way. You can push through the setbacks, overcome challenges, and achieve your goals. You can tell that inner bitch to shut the fuck up. But how do you develop the mental toughness? If you're able to, how are you able to tell that inner bitch to shut the fuck up and keep it down there and be like, make it say, okay, you're right. Well, I'll tell you, it's not easy. It takes time, it takes effort, and a lot of hard work, but it's freaking worth it. Trust me. So what can you do to build your mental toughness? First, you got to visualize. Visualization. See yourself succeeding. Visualize yourself achieving your goals. It's a powerful tool. When you're ready for bed, when you get up, when you're taking a shower, visualize that. When you're feeling like shit, when you don't want to do it, when you feel like you're losing it, visualize it. When you start thinking negatively, keep visualizing your success. Visualize being free instead of a slave to society and your boss. Second, positive self-talk. Don't beat yourself up. Don't focus on the negative. I said it earlier. And when you don't beat yourself up, I mean telling yourself you suck and you can't do this. But I'm saying hold yourself accountable. I mean, I say it. I'll have doubts. I mean, I haven't done my goals yet. I haven't got there yet, but I still have those. Oh man, maybe this stupid. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't right. I need a lot of money. No, you got to hold yourself accountable and be realistic, but you can't be saying that to yourself. You can do it. You can tell yourself, really? You ate another damn fucking donut? You skipped your damn workout because you were tired? You will always be tired if you keep using it as a damn excuse. Use positive affirmations to keep yourself motivated and focused. If you have to listen to me, which would be awesome, or someone else, David Goggins, or all the people on TikTok, or ET, you know what I mean? All of them, something, or music, or whatever. If it's your kid saying anything, someone else that lifts you up and gives you the motivation, put something on your mirror, a quote that gets you going, the first thing you see when you get up, you know what I mean? And also push past your comfort zones. If it's easy, you ain't building mental toughness. Plain and simple. So challenge yourself. Take risks. And don't be afraid to fail. I've said it a few times now. You will never succeed being comfortable. If you've ever wrestled or spoke in front of someone, you know these feelings. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. These are just a few of the ways you can build mental toughness. But trust me, it's a journey. It takes time, it takes effort, but it's worth it. So let's do this. We can do this. Let's build this shit together. You and me. We can do this. I promise. Consistent. If you want, like, no one's listened to this yet, of course. Comment. I'll make a page. We'll make a group or whatever, and we'll hold ourselves accountable. We'll help. You know what I mean, send quotes to each other or whatever it is. I want us all to succeed. So one more quote before we take off. The man who knows where he is going will always win the race against the man who doesn't. Let me start over. I fucked that up. The man who knows where he is going will always win the race against the man who doesn't. Before beginning each day, ask yourself how you would like to feel at the end of it. I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Go out there and kick ass. Keep the business in the front and the party in the back. You guys have a great day.
Business in the front, party in the back. If you're sexy and you know it, run your fingers through it, pull it. Yeah, you know you can't control it. Shake that ass and shake that mullet. If you're sexy and you know it, run your fingers through it, pull it. Yeah, you know you can't control it. Shake that ass.